Okay, now I'm confused. At first, Funky said he left Fox Soul amicably and there's no beef and he want everybody to support. Then he turned around and started going live the same time they go live and said he's not with the beef. He don't want no mess. That ain't what he bout. Then he turned around and said he got a problem with somebody but didn't say a name. And then people went to assuming it was Flame Monroe. Now Funky has come out and said it ain't Flame Monroe. It's actually Claudia Jordan. And I'm sitting here saying, how did we get here? Child, I don't know if I could be on the Funky train no more. Is y'all ready to talk about it? Let's juice.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beef for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV back with a quick little juice or whatever the case may be. And you guys, this Funky Dineva thing is spiraling in my opinion. And let me tell you why. Well, first and foremost, Funky started off saying one thing and 2-3 days later, he's saying something completely different. And I'm confused as to what we doing here. Like what's going on? Also, Funky doesn't realize while he's crashing out online, he's literally hurting any opportunity for him to work with any other network moving forward because now he's coming off unhinged. Also, Funky doesn't realize that, yes, he has a platform. Yes, he should invest in his platform. If you ask me, he should have never abandoned the platform to go and work for somebody, but that's just me. He has a platform. He should invest in his platform. But when he walked away from this job, I don't believe Funky had all his ducks in a row. And I believe that he's now sitting in the realization that it's kind of real out here in the field. And this YouTube thing, rather people want to believe it or not, any other content creator can tell you this is work. This is a job. And don't get me wrong. I believe Funky has the potential to do extremely well. I believe Funky has the potential to make far more than $250K a year on his own platform. I believe that. He believes that, which is why he bet on him. However, Funky, you didn't have a plan in place when you decided to walk away from the company. So now you are over there going live, drinking on live, crashing out. Every day we getting a new update. It ain't no beef, then it's beef, but I ain't gonna put no name on it. And then, oh, it's a name on it. Now you beefing with Claudia. And it's just like you sitting up here on one breath saying, oh, this ain't about Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe, you just a pawn used in a bigger game. But the fact of the matter is you are upset that Flame Monroe is on Fox Soul. Because it wouldn't even be an issue. It wouldn't even be a situation of, oh, Flame, you're just a pawn used in a bigger game. It would not exist. I mean, for Funky to say he has no issues with Flame is cap, and we gonna get into it. Also, Tasha K jumps in, tried to mediate. If you ask me, was she being genuine? Probably not. Maybe Tasha saw an opportunity and said, shoot, let me jump on this and see if I can get me in here, as she should. However, he goes in about that and now he don't want to be friends with Tasha K no more. Girl, this is a whole mess. First of all, let's go back to where we started. I want to show you how crazy this is. Look at the video of Funky literally sitting up here saying he left amicably and everything is fine. Check it out.
But know that there is no love lost between me and the Fox Soul organization, all the people that work there. Me, Al, and Claudia, all of us are good. It just simply came down to a matter of business, finance, and time. So the very short version of the story is when we were working 2 days a week, we were being paid at a certain rate. Let's just say $20 a show. We were being paid $20 a show for 2 days a week. And when we moved to 5 days a week, they said, okay, we're going to move you guys to 5 days a week, but instead of paying you $20 a show, we're going to pay you $17 a show. And all of us fought it. We were like, well, wait a minute. Why are you cutting our pay rate? You know what I'm saying? And the general attitude was like,
All right, so you guys just saw that, and you tell me if I'm tripping. He's over there talking about how he's influenced by Taraji P. Henson to go ahead and do his own thing, have multiple streams of income. It's nothing with the people. It's a pay issue. We're not being paid for the amount of work we're doing. Mind you, keep that part right there, because he said that they all were having contract issues, and Claudia has something different to say. But either way, he's sitting up here saying it's nothing, no beef. Everything, it just literally boiled down to money. That's what Funky said. And then Funky goes on, leaves the company, comes on YouTube, tells us that he's no longer working over there. He's going to invest in his own platform. But the problem is, Funky, you were ill prepared. You didn't even know how to work the live, baby. And I believe real life is hitting Funky right now, because now he's really having to work. Okay, moving forward, Funky does his live. He does the live at 8 o'clock at the same time that Fox Soul is on, garnering all the views. This is the very next day. And I'm sitting here saying, well, how did we get here? Check this out.
All right, is the sound better now? Is the sound better now? The sound, we don't got the sound back. Sound back. Gotta find my way back. Tell everybody, we gotta get these 4,000 people back up in this thing. Cause bitch, I got my messy wig on. I'm about to get this motherfucker started, okay?
Oh, boom. As you can see, Funky's having technical difficulties with the live because, like I said, he was ill prepared. And he's competing with Fox Soul, although he said there were no issues. I'm still confused, but whatever. I was on Funky's side because I said, as a content creator, we have more value. We have more worth than we understand. It was brave of him to walk away from the company. And yes, he should build his own platform versus working for somebody else. I was all here for it, Fat. But as the live continues, I begin to realize there's something much deeper going on here. Check out Funky in the same live going in.
I just saw the bullshit that a bitch pulled for what it was, and I had to let that hoe know I got her number and don't play with me in my motherfucking face. It's a lot of shady shit going on in the background that's been going on in the background since day one, and I stayed quiet about it, and I'm going to remain to stay quiet about it because I don't indulge in mess. Bitches is not going to play in my face in 2024.
All right, now y'all heard it. He wouldn't put an address on it. Everybody knows he had this beef with Flame Monroe 4 years ago because Flame Monroe has spoke out on a lot of the things that the LGBTQ plus community had been doing that she disagreed with. And Funky did a video not liking her sentiments. And basically, you know, a lot of his followers was like, yeah, Funky, you missing the mark on this one. Okay, so when Funky went live saying what he just said, people went to guesstimating who it was he was speaking of. Remember, he never put an address on it. So when people was looking at the three people on the panel, we knew it wasn't Al. It had to be either Claudia or Flame. And it would make sense for it to be Flame because they've had a tit for tat back in the day. So shortly after this, Tasha K decided to enter the chat and try to get him and Flame on a call that she wanted to record that she was probably going to monetize off of, and Funky wasn't having it. Funky then took to his platform to explain. You guys check this out.
And my phone rings, and I look down at the phone, and it's Tasha K. And she says, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk? And I said, yeah, what's up? And she was like, you know, I got Flame on, but table that for a minute. Tasha called me either last night or the night before last, and she was saying, you know, that she has a lot of respect for Flame. She has a lot of respect for me. And would I be open to having a conversation with Flame so we can extinguish this make-believe imaginary beef or whatever it is? And I told Tasha initially, I said, absolutely not. I said, conversations are for people who are trying to salvage relationships. I said, I don't have a relationship with Flame Monroe. I never met Flame. I don't know Flame. We're not in the same age bracket. We don't hang out with the same people. So me liking Flame or not liking Flame, Flame liking me or not liking me does not impact my life whatsoever. So no, I mean, there's nothing for Flame and I to have a conversation about. Towards the end of the conversation, Tasha asked me again, Q, would you be willing? I'm always willing to broker peace. So I was like, you know what, Tasha, fine. If Flame wants to talk, I'm open to talking. But let the record reflect, I don't have a problem with Flame Monroe. So Tasha just calls me right now, and she's like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I'm like, yeah. She was like, I got Flame on the other line. I just, think y'all should have a conversation. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then, Tasha goes, this is off the record. And as me and Tasha are talking, she begins, she slips in there, I want to record this and y'all can do it for the culture. I said, absolutely not. And then I hear Flame in the background saying, well, in a hostile tone, well, I don't want to talk. You can't throw rocks and hide your heads. You do everything else public or whatever the case may be. And then I just said, girl, bye. And I hung up the phone. Regret the fact that I even answered it. And I'm addressing it now because I know it's going to become a thing.
All right, so you guys heard Funky Dineva saying that basically he was at first up to having a phone call. He said even though he has no relationship with Flame, but then when Tasha hollered, she wanted to basically record it. He said, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no spam. Now, he goes on in this same video to basically say that he don't have an issue with Flame and Flame is not the issue, and we'll get to that later. But one of the things he said in the video, and I urge you guys to go over to this channel and look at it, was that he didn't think that they should have a public conversation. They should have a private conversation. But my only rebuttal to that is, baby, y'all issue was public. It wasn't private. You was very public in your video when you said what you said. So why wouldn't you want to have a public conversation? When you do things publicly, it should be addressed publicly. That's just my opinion, Anyways, Tasha K then enters the chat on her side from her channel to tell us what happened from her perspective. Check this out.
Y'all know some shit was going on online yesterday involving two people that I'm close to. And I tried to mediate behind the scenes. Now, what you're seeing here, before anybody try to make clickbait videos, this interview was already put in stone before the beef happened behind the scenes, okay? And so we did address a lot of the beef during this interview between these two. And I tried to rectify it, and I just need to mind my motherfucking business, okay? And so, Flame!
What's up, man? No, look, she got me drinking, right, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Stay tuned. I'm on Fox Soul all week. This interview was dynamite. Y'all know I'm not a messy bitch, but on this interview, it was my turn. And bitch, if you come after me, mother got bigger hands and a bigger dick and a bigger bank account than you. Come get it. Plus, I'm at Lawsuit Central, y'all. I'm waiting on the lawsuit.
Oh, my God. To anybody that feels like this is shots, I'm sorry. I have a job to do. But I do respect both Flame and Funky Dineva. It probably may put, a bad taste in somebody's mouth. But at the end of the day, I tried. I tried. I just need to. I just gotta mind my motherfucking business. That's it.
You wouldn't be Tasha K at Lawsuit Central if you did.
All right, so that was Tasha K and Flame Monroe's perspective on what happened during that phone call, or at least how they saw it. And Flame Monroe says he's got this interview coming with Tasha K. She said it was already done, or planned in the past. And honestly, a lot of people are saying Tasha K need to mind her business. And I understand why Tasha K. But Tasha K is looking at this from a business perspective. I'm about to get this money. This is hot right now. I'm getting the money. I'm not mad at it. I think my only issue with Funky is trying to portray the situation as if he's never had an issue with Flame or, anything going over there. And that's not the case. And I understand why Flame is on defense. Well, because number one, you say it's no issue, yet here you go going live and tearing down the show and all this stuff crashing out online as soon as he gets on. Not last week, but this week. As soon as Flame got on the show, Funky went live. And that's just the facts. And I believe Funky is being disingenuous with his saying that he don't have an issue with Flame, because he absolutely does. This beef stems from when Flame Monroe went on the Breakfast Club, did an interview, and basically said that, for lack of a better term, the LGBTQ, not really the entire community, I think she was speaking more on the trans issue, and basically saying how the trans women are doing too much and X, Y, and Z, and said a couple other things. Check out an example of one of the things Flame Monroe has said in the past that made Funky Dineva go and make a video about it. Check it out.
Trans women are women. What are your thoughts?
Trans women are trans women. That's not said disrespectfully, because my era, we were transvestites, drag queens, you're a man in a dress. We fought to have the title of trans women. Respectfully, trans men are trans men. That is not even a disrespect. It's this younger, new generation, Z crazy, that it's not enough for. But let me just break something down to y'all real simple. If a woman is a social construct and we're emulating women, what would that make us? Social construction workers? To be truthful. And if biological women stop having sex, if biological women stop having babies, it won't be no more black, white, LGBT, fat, funny looking, or nothing else. I know y'all ain't gonna like the way I put it to you in the box, but when you find the lie, stop me. Because I have relationships with trans men that they identify as men, but they're biologically women. They think that, oh, Flame, you just pandering for the women. No, I know what a woman is. Woman is Mother Earth. We all came through the birth canal of a woman. All female impersonators, transgender, sex change, whatever. You did not learn how to be a female or act like a female watching somebody like you in a suit and tie.
That's a fact.
You learn from the woman that raised you, whether it be your mother, your auntie, your stepmother, whomever. But then when I get so comfortable in my gay or my transgender or whatever I decide to become, whatever's instilled in me, I'm better than you? No, I'm not better than you. You're still my sister.
Wow.
But I'm better than you now? That is the problem. We keep trying to dismiss women. You cannot dismiss a woman.
Right.
Life
Or
would
compete.
stop.
All right, so you guys heard that, and what's happening is a lot of the younger LGBTQ plus community people have an issue with women or trans women who think like Flame because they feel like that they are a detriment to their movement. And I believe that that's a conversation that needs to be had amongst their community. I don't have a dog in the fight. I just only have an issue when trans women try to invade women's spaces. Other than that, that's between y'all, fat. Anyways, so look, check out this video that Funky Dineva made in response to her spitting this type of rhetoric. Check it out.
Lastly, as it relates to Flame, with this whole, I don't get down with what these folks doing, it was confusing, so on and so forth. Miss Flame Monroe, and this is the part where I want to get your ass together really quickly. Please don't get it twisted. Your ass was not on the Breakfast Club because you're funny. You were not brought to the Breakfast Club because you are a great comedian. You were not on the Breakfast Club because you were talented. You were on the Breakfast Club because you are a transsexual woman, and trans is hot right now, okay? You were on the Breakfast Club because the people, the trannies who want to coexist and want respect, so on and so forth, they have fucking fussed and protested and laid the groundwork for people like you to have a small piece of something in media. You're not just there because you're an awesome entertainer, baby. So the very people who you're talking about are complaining and want to be accepted and forcing their way of life on other people are the very people who broke down the barrier for you to sit your ass on the Breakfast Club and spit that self-hate filled rhetoric, okay? Simply put, you ain't there because no fucking Tiffany Haddish. You're there because of Pose, okay? You were on the Breakfast Club because of Pose, the Janet Mocks of the world, and those girls who are breaking down doors saying, bitch, you gonna see us, you gonna hear us, and you gonna give us jobs. Let me tell you something. You think Tiffany Haddish did something for you? Yes, she threw your name in the pot. But 10 years ago, do you think Netflix would have been featuring your transsexual ass on any of their programs? No. But it's because of the girls who are forcing their lifestyle on people and forcing the girls to recognize people like you and treat you with respect. It's because of those girls that Tiffany Haddish had even enough leeway to even throw your name in the pot and for Netflix to approve it. Don't get it twisted. Tiffany Haddish did not walk up in there and say, you gonna put these 4 comedians on. She said, hi, nice polite white Netflix people. These are the people that I would like to do a special with. And then Netflix had to have final approval.
All right, y'all hear Funky's response to her Breakfast Club interview, but again, it was the same stuff that she spoke about on that interview I just showed you. And let me say this, I don't have a dog in the LGBTQ plus fight. I don't, but I do have a dog in the generational fight. Let me say this, y'all. I believe that what Funky is doing, or what he's saying in his response to Flame, is the exact same thing that the younger generation is saying to the older generation in the heterosexual black community as well. And to me, it's giving, you're putting the cart before the horse, fat. How can you say a trans woman like Flame Monroe, who's been doing comedy since the 90s when gay people weren't even allowed, gay people weren't even celebrated? This is a trans woman. She laid the groundwork, but yet you're saying that a show like Pose laid the groundwork for Flame? You see what I mean when I say putting the cart before the horse? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. And this is the fight that from my observation, this is the fight that the younger generation in the LGBTQ plus community is having with the older ones, because the older ones, and they have their side where they're not really amped to listen as much. I'm not speaking about Flame, but just period. They have their side where they're not listening as much. But ultimately, sometimes wisdom and experience plays a huge part in the reason why a person make decisions that they've made. Younger trans women do not have the wisdom and experience of older trans women. And when Funky got up here and did this whole interview, and he did his whole video where he was so dead set on Flame being 100% wrong. Mind you, the Funky Bunch is 90 freaking percent women plus. And everybody in his comments was saying that he was wrong. I don't get that. But anyway, neither here nor there. Listen, I'm saying this to say, the battle ain't mine, it's y'all's. But I understand from the outside looking in, both sides. But Funky, you was 100% wrong. Nah. Since then, Flame has gone on to basically drag Funky and vice versa. Like I said, Flame been doing this stuff for a long time, and it's just been that. So for Funky to get up here and say that there's no issue with Flame was cap. If that was the case, if he really didn't have an issue with Flame, then Funky, I have a question. Why you didn't go live the week before? Why this week and not the other week? It's kind of like you talking out the side of your neck. Moving on. Funky released that video saying that he, didn't want to make amends with Flame and there was really no issue. And then later on that night, he went live and he went in on Claudia Jordan, basically saying he has beef with her. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Threatening to unleash a clip. This is his words, not mine. I guess he got some behind the scenes teas that he can really drag Claudia with. All this stuff, and it was just a hot mess, and now the girls are really gagging. Check this out.
My issue, world, is not with Flame Monroe. My issue is with Claudia Jordan. We got it out there now? My issue is with Claudia Jordan. Now, I'm going to reserve why I have an issue with Claudia Jordan just in case somebody want to get froggy. I'm going to leave that one in the chamber. Because that one is a semi-automatic weapon that's going to spray up everybody and everything if I unload that clip. I'm not disgruntled. I'm actually proud of myself. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job on my own volition because I bet on me. And I can make more by putting that same time into my own shit like y'all are seeing right now.
All right, you heard that. His issues with Claudia Jordan. It's just his words, not mine. He even goes on to clarify that he has no issues with Flame because he is that bitch who walked away from $250K and basically a whole bunch of other things. Check it out.
Flame, I'm not disgruntled. Okay, let me be very clear with you. I'm actually proud of myself. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job. Most people will never see that much money in their lifetime on a job. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job on my own volition because I bet on me. And I can make more by putting that same time into my own shit like y'all are seeing right now. Who walks away from $250,000 disgruntled? Baby, I walked away from that with my head held high, empowered, feeling strong.
Because if that's what I could make profit sharing with y'all, imagine what I could make doing it all by my goddamn self. Now the girls want to spill the tea. The girls want the tea. Do the girls want the tea? Baby, if I was disgruntled, I wouldn't have let that bitch go. I would have held on to my love. Not too many bitches can walk away from $250,000 for an hour and a half worth of work per week. But I'm her. I did that shit. So Flame, baby, it ain't got nothing. It don't have nothing to do with you. How dare you flatter yourself, love? How dare you? How dare you? And the girls over there nervous now. Now they want to get active on YouTube. After they tried to boss up with the subliminal shade, oh, I'm on a big network TV. Well, stay your ass on the big network. Now you're over here, Claudia, doing and trying to get your YouTube active. I wonder why. Because that shit over there where y'all at, about to fucking go to the sewage. All right? So now that's all out there. So can we be done with this week? Can we be done with the lies? Can we be done with the fairy tales and fables? Can we be done with the fake beef? Can we be done with all of that?
All right, so you heard him express how he feels proud of himself for walking away from $250K. He says this is not about Flame. This has nothing to do with Flame. This is about him and what he's trying to do in his journey. And again, I call Cap because the timing and everything that you're doing every day, it develops more and more. You have more of an issue than you're leading on, Funky, and that's just what it is. And at this part, the way you going in on these people at this job is just like a resume, Fat. When you want to go try to get on at another one, they're going to go back and look at this. And they're not going to say that you're trustworthy. They're going to feel like you're not the person to hire because on Mad Day, ain't nothing worse than a Mad Day, bitch. A new company is not going to trust that you won't do this again. Anywho's, so, basically, Flame Monroe went on Conscious TV, shout out to Conscious TV, and he had a couple words to say about Funky Dineva. Conscious asked Flame, he says, hey, do you believe that there's really no issue? And Flame basically said her piece. Check it out.
But y'all want to snatch and take away, or she's transphobic, she's problematic, she's not for the community. Is the community for me? That's the question. Don't answer it right now. Just sleep on it. Is the community for me? Because I've been a trans woman for 37 years. Some of you bitches were still cooking in your daddy's nuts when I was on stage doing drag.
Flame, is Funky Dineva, is this beef all in your head, as Funky said?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know if the video is still up because I don't follow her page. I don't know. But y'all got to go back. She made a whole video freestyling on me about me not being on TV. I should be thankful because of T.S. Madison and RuPaul's Drag Race. And I not T.S. my sister. I've never met RuPaul, but I love what she is doing for what she has done for the drag queen community. T.S. has verbally said on her platform when she was in middle school, she watched me on TV. I'm so sorry to say that some people get in their emotions and get angry and walked away from some. This child is disgruntled and angry at a grown decision that she made. I don't know the backstory at Fox, so they don't tell me anything, and I don't ask because it's not my fucking business. All I know is that I'm there to work, entertain, and fill a spot for the week. You walked away. That was a conscious decision. No pun intended, conscious. That was a conscious decision. Now you have to live with that decision, but you walked away with the decision because you thought they weren't going to put nobody in that place. I personally think it's only because it's me, because I'm not even the first guest. The shade would have been had I been the first guest. I'm only the second guest.
That's what I said. Yep.
That would have been the shade. I didn't even know. And me and Tasha K's interview was playing 3 weeks ago. TGIF Fox Soda hit me up to Thursday night. I didn't know about that till Thursday night. We had been playing this. So I know it looked like that, but it wasn't like that. And I was willing to have a conversation. But if you blast me publicly, be man enough or whatever you are enough to talk it out the same way you did it. It's just like that. I'm black. We grew up in the projects. Wherever it happened, it go down. That's how my mama raised me. If you show out on me, I'm going to show out on you.
That part. Go get that same energy.
Say that shit again.
That same energy. Well, you fucked it up. People are.
And I'm not angry with anybody. I'm just there for a job, just for the week. It didn't even have to be like this. It did not even have to be like this. But anything that you do vindictively never succeeds. You need to understand that. Anything that you do with malice and with hate and with vindictive, it will fail.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, how do you feel now that he has doubled down and said, I don't have a flame? I mean, I don't have a flame. I don't have an issue with flame.
If you watch the Tasha K interview, I told her on the show that I forgive her. We don't have to have an issue. We never talk. We don't even run in the same circles. We don't work in the same arenas. I did say arenas. We don't work in the same arenas. So there's no issue with that. You won't take accountability. And I love what the young lady said before, after Dragon, when she said he's blaming everybody. You can't do something, play the victim, and then blame everybody else. It is a $250,000 job. It's 1 hour out your day. Talking shit, and TGIF is one of the freest places where you can cuss and say how you feel for 1 hour a day. How easy is that? How simple is that? But if you are part of a trio, understand Michael Jordan would have never become the superstar athlete he was by his goddamn self. He was involved with a team. If you are a part of a team, of course somebody will outshine somebody else, but it still works as a unit. You have to remember that. When you decide that you're better than a unit, like Diana Ross, if it's different if you're a singer, Diana Ross left the Supremes and went on to Fame. Okay, well, do that. But that was a trio, and it was a dynamic trio. We can never take that away. They were a great three together. Now they're looking for something else because whatever the situation was, in your words, you chose to walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Destiny's Child did go on without Latavia and Latavia. It did go on. Yeah, it got to go on. I think I have a bad feeling that it's going to get worse on Funky's part. He clearly can't let this go. I got a feeling he's
I only got 2 more days. I got tomorrow and Friday, and I'm done.
You were the stroke that apparently you were the straw that broke the camel's back. Apparently, Flame.
See, and I don't know none of the backstory. Like, again, I've never met Claudia face to face. I've never met Al Reynolds face to face. So all of this confusion is for no reason. Of course, I'm going to be good sitting in the seat. It's what I do. Conscious is going to be good sitting in the seat. It's what he does. But all these influencers and so-called podcasters and broadcasters on here, y'all have been given an apparatus and a phone and a computer, and you can go live and have 50 people listen to your rhetoric and your bullshit, and you're not teaching nothing. The show is about entertainment. You still have to be entertaining. All these want to be big words, and I'm smarter than this. You will never be the smartest person in the room as long as somebody else is in the room, because you never know how smart somebody else is.
All right, y'all heard Flame's response, and let me say this. First of all, shout out to Conscious TV. Y'all please go over there and subscribe. He's been following this thing from the beginning. And secondly, I agree with everything that Flame said. Like, the timing is off, number one. Number two, it's a job. If Funky walked away with no qualms, as he said he did, and had no issue, why all of this now? Why all of this now? And there definitely is an issue between them two. Funky just don't want to say it. I don't know if he wants to put it all on Claudia to not give Flame any light. I don't know what his motive is, but he definitely has an issue with Flame. Like, it's proven. It's proven. I mean, I don't really care what nobody say. I believe Funky is having buyer's remorse. I believe Funky is going through a situation right now where he's over there saying, OMG, it's real. Like, it's setting in that it's real, and all your income now has to come solely through you. Remember, Funky literally abandoned almost, not all the way, his platform when he got on at Fox Soul. This is a big culture change. We got to be honest. All right, let's get into Claudia's response, because Claudia said she didn't know what was going on and she don't want no smoke, girl. Check out Claudia.
I unfollow if you disrespect with me and yell at me and make me cry. So yes, I did. Okay? That's all I'm giving y'all tonight.
Me, I'm not fighting with him, and now I'm gonna leave it at that. I wanted him on the show, loved him on the show. He's a talent. Didn't tell me that he was leaving. Didn't have any conversation with me about his issues with the contract. I was the last one to find out. So when I found out, we had to scramble and just grab people to get on the show. That is that. We said a very classy goodbye to him on the show. He posted it. He has since deleted it. And then he keeps calling me bitches and all kind of names on his live. So I blocked him because I have to protect my peace. And that's that. I'm not arguing with people in this 2024. I'm not doing it. I was known for being in people's chats. What, am I wrong for doing this?
Well, let me tell you something. I got motherfucking time. No, I'm joking. I got time today, bitch.
No, I'm not going to argue with people, especially people that I used to love. I'm not going to do it.
No, because you know what? Whenever it's all said and done and the dust has settled, it's a lot of emotions going on right now.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I think everybody's grown. Some people are just a little growner than others. But when the dust settles, like, you guys want to be able to talk it out and squash it and be friends. But whenever you start talking shit, there's some things go to a point of no return. You know, and we don't ever want to get to that.
Right. So I answer, then you're gonna clip this and send it to him and say she's talking shit without, and then not even giving him the context, and then it gets worse. So I choose to ignore it.
But it is all in the comments. Like, every comment is about that. So I think at some point you do have to address it, and you do have to let him know, like, it's no shade being thrown either.
He called me all kind of B words. Well, then that's why I rightfully blocked him. Yeah. Do I need to see that and it hurt my like make my day negative? No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that, y'all. We're gonna keep shit positive. I got a lot of things to be happy about and proud about, and I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep finding opportunities for my friends and for us to make money like I always do. Mm-hmm. Anyone that knows me knows I love putting money in my friends' pockets. And that's as soon as next payday. Today's my payday.
I need
y'all will be alright. And Funky will too. Like,
you have both y'all bitches got your feet carpet.
Cause you're gonna
white fur carpet made out of. Their issue was there's a lot of people he don't like. He don't like Chloe Bailey. He don't like Halle Bailey. He don't like this one. He don't like that one. So if I was gonna keep everybody off that he don't like, so y'all, it's not like I went and got Michelle Brown that I know he has a definite beef with. So there's that.
Hey, at the end of that, you know what I can say? Are you live?
Yeah.
I really do, and I mean this. I like Flame. Oh, I like Flame. Yeah, I love her laughter. She's contagious. Her energy is contagious. And there's no shade being thrown at nobody. Like, I love people that have great energy.
Wait, they said he's
like, she is so energetic, and she don't give a fuck. Like, she really is having fun, enjoying. She gonna do her. And she gonna laugh about it. That laugh.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop that because I didn't hear him call my name or say a threat to me, so I'm gonna let it go. Because unless I hear it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
He got your number, so if he was talking to you, he would call you.
Yeah. And you gotta remember, I think.
Damn, they say my galactic Barbie doll says you should let me decorate your house. The decor is too basic.
All right, y'all heard Claudia's position, and let me just say this. This is very nasty. This is getting extremely nasty. And I don't think Funky realizes that what he's doing is burning bridges everywhere he's going, and it's not going to be good with him. It's not going to be good for him. Let me tell you why. While Funky is over there setting YouTube on fire by going off every night, drinking, acting a fool, he's not understanding that these people are there. A lot of these people are there for the mess. Your views are there because of the mess. Funky, you don't even need to do all of this. Claudia didn't even know that you were over there making the video you made last night, threatening to spill tea on her or whatever the case may be. And she's feeling like I'm not about to be friends with him on those social sites or follow him. So she blocking you because you are spiraling, bro. Funky, you spiraling, bro. You spiraling. I don't even think you realize you spiraling, but you spiraling. See, it's a lot of people that's going to be over there with Funky and amen him and cheer him on because they like the mess. Where's your mentor? There's nobody to call you up and be like, bruh, chill. Like, at this point, it's not looking good for Funky. Y'all can say what y'all want. Like I said at the beginning, I still champion the fact that Funky wants to be an independent operation, as he should. I still champion the fact that Funky is over here basically trying to do his own thing. I just do not like the unprofessionalism in which he's using to go about this path. It does not need to do this. Funky gets 100 and something thousand views on a video for nothing. He does not need to do this. He does not need to go live when Fox Soul is on. He does not need to get on here drinking and acting a fool. He does not need to be getting up here calling everybody names. He does not need to be doing any of this. He does not need to do this. Whether I agree with Funky or not, whether I like Funky or not, Funky is one of the top commentators and or content creators on YouTube. There's a reason Fox Soul came and got him. But I feel like he's resorting to something that he don't need to resort to, and it's gonna burn bridges that he may not be able to build back up. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, who knows? I just want to give y'all the timeline of what's been going on, and I'm still confused at this point. But I'll just keep y'all updated and keep updating myself, child. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole trap and mess, girl. Drop down in the comments, and I'm very, very interested to hear what you guys think. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all platforms, y'all. And if you care about Funky, somebody go get in this man's ear and say, bruh, chill out. Anyways, I'll see y'all hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.